how not to be a space filler. Are you a space filler? And how not to be a placeholder. It's going to be quick. I was drinking my coffee and I said, oh man, space filler, how not to be. You guys, this is just for the general. This is just for the general. All right, just for the general. A space holder. I'm going to keep iterating until y'all get it. Staying busy is important so that you're not waiting. Space fillers are needy women. And they're just waiting for somebody to come and rescue them, save them from their own torment. Y'all don't want to be a needy woman. It's okay to need a man, but not need a man in that sense to rescue you or want a man. You need a man. You need a man for other reasons than financial responsibility or to give you things or to buy you things or take you out to eat, but that's not work on the self. Oh, there we go, must have been back there from sleeping. Didn't even realize it was way in the back. Get busy working on yourself. Get busy with some self-development skills, some self-empowerment things to do, along with the self-love, the self-care, self-development, the shadow work, doing the shadow work, doing what, the bloopers of past relationships, working on the bloopers. I'm gonna call them bloopers because I don't want to call them mistakes, because mistakes are really just lessons, just things we're here to learn about interaction with each other, human to human, and we need that reflection to learn, because you can't learn stuff on your own unless you have a reflection. It has to reflect back to you. That's what we also call triggers. When people trigger certain reactions out of you, that's to get you to sit there and look. That's how the creator used any and everybody for any and everybody as reflectors, as triggers, to get us to look at ourselves. Else we would look in the mirror and we would fantasize that everything is just perfect, okay with us, and there's nothing wrong, and we would live in this illusion bubble that we don't have no flaws because everybody got this fake self-confidence going on, which keeps them, a lot of people, from really looking at themselves and dissecting their own behavior, right? Yeah, because everybody want to be, oh, I'm beautiful, and no, you're not. Not when you're sick in the inside, not when you're polluted in the inside, not when you're eating, crap, and then wonder why you feel like crap. So we got to stop the illusion bubble, for one thing, because that's like fake, that's false, that's not the authentic self. That's the ego self trying to save the self, right? Because you don't want change. But anywho, space fillers are where men or women may use, and this is both. This is for men and women because men and women do this. But space fillers are people just hold on to you till the right person come along because they don't have no supply, or until they get the one they want, or they see a better alternative person. Don't be a space filler. Be busy. Get to creating. I'm going to say, if you're dating out there, this is under my dating playlist. This will be over in the playlist, so y'all can go back through all those videos, those little short videos. I try to keep those short and sweet because y'all know I can talk all day, and then I got other stuff to do. So the fillers are needy women, needy men, clingy women, clingy men. They don't like the space between them and the person. Like, okay, it's a good thing and a bad thing from what I see when a person call you too much. Like, some people classify that as love bombing. And y'all heard that term before, love bombing, where, day and night on the phone, calling you, da 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 da, and then they ghost you in 2 weeks, right? So we've all heard of that. So you got to be weary of that love bombing stage, but then the needy phase too, because it'll show like, okay, you got to have something to do going on with your life. Like, what are you doing? It's a such thing as needing and calling too much, and there's a thing of not calling not enough, or not. It's not really not calling not enough. It's not reciprocating. It's a thing. People don't know the difference between reciprocation and putting in that effort, the same amount of effort, right? It's this dating game going on. Well, I'm gonna see if he calls me, and I'm not gonna call him, and all this immature stuff to make a person chase you when you can just be yourself. Because there's plenty of people out there that don't play games, and that's very mature for their age. But then there's a lot of grown people that's immature for their age, and the way they stroke their ego is to have somebody chase them. Okay, so don't be in the needy stage. Find something to do. If you're dating multiple people and you're seeing multiple people, it doesn't mean that if you're not over here with this one, you're over here with this one, or over here with this one. There's something to do in between that gap. Whether it's one person you're talking to or 5 people you're talking to, there's something to do between those gaps. So space filler is you don't have nothing to do, and you're going to be like, well, why you didn't call? Waiting on the call. You're going to be wasting your time. Space filling is you are too needy, too clingy, you don't have nothing to do. You don't like being alone. You can't stand being alone. And so you're riding the person. Like you're damn near stalking the person. It's a different form of stalking, but it's like you don't know what to do with that space, because you're needing that person. You're desperate for that person, or for a person, whether you're a man or a woman, right? So don't be that person. Find you guys something proactively to do, productively to do, with the self-development department, the self-empowerment department, the self-care department, the self-love department. And working on yourself does not just involve, a lot of women get this confused because they're in that illusion bubble and they think it's all about self-love and self-care. No, it's not. Self-love and self-care does not even work on your shadow. That's not even you touching your shadow self and what's wrong with you, because you're in this illusion of fairy tale, all right? White picket fence, getting married, fairy tale. I don't care what my health looks like. I don't care what I look like. I feel good. I look good. It can be, and that's the one thing I would say about affirmations that can be, what's the word I'm looking for? Like false, or give people false. I won't say false. Well, I guess you can't say false hope or false impressions, because the affirmations can make you feel like you're actually doing good and you're actually getting somewhere, and you're in this, again, illusion bubble. But if you're not doing that inner work, that shadow work on yourself, and bringing that up, and when people are projecting, because even though you do affirmations, spirit's still going to use people to project back to you. Because you can get in this affirmation bubble of illusion and think, oh, no work needs to be done. That's not it. That's not the whole point of affirmations. Affirmation is just to wash your brain, basically, from all the deprogram, to reset, right? But there's still work to be done. And even if you're doing affirmations, you're still going to be tested. You're still going to be tried out there. So you're still going to have that work reflect back that you need to do. And the affirmation ain't going to cover that up. You still gonna have to know, oh, that was for me. Oh, I still need to work on this. Well, let me get busy. What can I do to do this, right? Yeah, affirmations can help you correct a lot of things, but you still gotta have that lesson during our life cycle in the flesh, in the 3D, we still gotta have our lessons. We still gonna so-called make those mistakes. I don't like that word, because they are lessons. We still gonna have our lessons. So that we come here to learn, to evolve for the next life, reincarnation, right? If you believe in that or not. energy is not neither destroyed nor created. I will always be 420, right? When spirit showed me that, I will always be 420, right? But in a sense that it will come back a different name or a different face, a different name and a different being. But 420 is always 420. You get what I'm saying? 421 is always 421. The energy of 421. The dates have an energy attached to it, an energy signature attached to it. Even though the recycle may come back something else. Okay, take for instance Zuri. Zuri is Halloween. Zuri's birthday is Halloween, right? Whatever Zuri come back and be, that energy is still going to be of Halloween energy. That date, right? Y'all get what I'm saying? That's not going to change. It's just going to be a different face, a different name, but the signature remains the same of the energy because it cannot be created or destroyed. So it has its own mark in the cycle, in the circle of life. It has its own signature in the circle of life. So, and you got to learn all those lessons in that circle of life, right? No matter how many reincarnations people may say it is, that you got to come back, or what you don't learn, you're going to come back and you're going to relearn. You know, what you fail to learn in this lifetime, right? You're going to come back and learn it in the next lifetime. What you perfect in this lifetime, you may not have it as a lesson in the next lifetime because it'll be like, oh, I already know that. And you're not going to waste time trying to learn it because you already know that, because you learned it in this lifetime. See, everything, energy is energy. And once y'all understand energy, all this stuff with people, it ain't going to really bother you too much. You're going to be then almost self-absorbed in a good way, but not in a bad way or a negative way. But self-absorbed is like, you know what? I'm here to get my lesson. F you, and F you. Because I'm not trying to repeat some shit that I already know. I'm not trying to not know my lessons and come back in here and suffer even more. I'm trying to get to a perfected being, right? So it's all about us getting back again to the one, to the creator, to nothingness, right? Within ourselves, because we came from nothingness, we're going to return to nothingness. We came from wholeness, we're going to return to wholeness. We're just fragments of a creator. We just parts of the creator broken down in these little dates and pieces of time, right? These little spaces of time, segmented, right? If you want to call it like that. But let me get not on that, because y'all know I'll go spiritual real quick because I'm spiritual. It's just in me. I don't know why. I can't not talk 3D shit because of my intelligence, but I know how to connect it. So just think of that as you go forward. But back on the space filler. Space filler is somebody needy. That's somebody clingy. That's a woman that, oh, where you at? I can't, where you going? Stay home. They want to be up under you all the time. They want to be, you know, the women want to be clinging to the men for what? I mean, do you want a working man or do you want a man to play a PlayStation on the sofa? So women got to realize they don't even know what they want, first of all. Oh, I want a working man, but then when he's working, you want him up under you. He can't work and be up under you. So y'all got to decide what type of person y'all asking for or y'all wanting if y'all out there dating, and then date that. Don't try to get a high quality man or a high value man that know themselves and that's busy if you're that space filler, because it's not going to balance out, and that man is not going to be up under you like that anyway. He's going to be out there getting his bread, getting his money, you know, going after his goals, his aspirations, his ambitions. He's prioritizing shit. He ain't trying to be up under you like that 24/7. So that means, see, that's what all the dating stuff is about. You saying one thing, doing one thing, but your goals up here that don't align with what you're actually wanting down here. You can't be a needy filler woman and then want a man that's working all the time, and then you complain about him working all the time. You see what I'm saying? You're going to be alone. In other words, that's the space filler right there. All that in there. You got to be alone until he come back home, or you got to be alone and deal with that fucking shit that you're not going to see that person as much as you think you're going to see or hear from that person. And that's a woman or a man. Now, that's not the game part, but, and I hate but that's the game a lot of people are playing in the dating arena like they're busy, but that's really ghosting and gaslighting and love bombing, right? And so it makes it kind of hard for people to, if you're not in tune with yourself and listen to your intuition, and what direction your intuition is telling you to go, you'll kind of get it confused, or you'll read it wrong, or you'll just think that, oh, everybody's out there playing a game because that's the talk out there. You know, everybody's talking about narcissists or toxic feminine or toxic masculine and stuff like that. When we all got toxicity, we're all empaths and we all narcissists. Like I said, it's just who you're a narcissist to and who you're an empath to. You can be a narcissist to your children, but you can be an empath to everybody else on the outside. You see what I'm saying? So it just depends on who you're dealing with. You can be an empath at work, but you can be a narcissist to a neighbor. Everybody goes, it's like the God and the devil scale. We go from the extreme, depending on the circumstance, depending on the situation, and we make that calibration, right? So it depends, and then it depends on how the person's perceiving you, not how you're perceiving you. See, we got this altered perception, oh, nothing's wrong with me and everything's wrong with you, when they're reflecting us. You see what I'm saying? They're reflecting back and we're reflecting back to them. So it's like this, the pendulum, right? So needy, you don't like the space, you're just a placeholder. And yeah, narcissists will use you as placeholders, narcissistic women, and I'm gonna use that for the term, right? So y'all can understand, because y'all know that term. Narcissistic men or narcissistic women will use you as a placeholder, or in that area of supply, as supply until something better comes along, right? But that's why I tell y'all, date and don't wait, and be creating something for yourself and be leveling up yourself so that you're not needy or clingy for somebody to come fill in that space because y'all don't want to be alone. That's space fillers are people, women or men, that can't stand to be alone. They don't want to sit down with themselves. They don't want to grow themselves. They don't want to be in alignment with their creator, right? They just want to be around people all the time to keep from working on themselves, because when you sit still long enough, it don't even have to be nobody there to trigger you. Stuff is going to come up out of you. It's going to work its way up out of you. That's the reason why we get sick. That's the reason why our energy, it fluctuates, because that's the energy pushing slowly things up as we are able to deal with them, assess them, and work on them, and release them, and heal from it. So it's going to do it naturally without us even doing something. It's going to do it automatically, because that's the way our human is designed to do. We're not designed to stay sick. If we are a self-healing organism, just like Mother Earth. If this is a self-cleaning womb, then this body is earth, then this is a self-cleaning, purging organism. Our body is. So whatever in there that is poison to us, that has been suppressed in us, is going to come up out of us, regardless. If we need somebody else to trigger it up out of us, or we sit along and we work on those things and look back over past relationships, and then sit there and with an honest scope, and say, oh, he was nice, but yeah, I ran him off. You see what I'm saying? Oh, he was mean, but what did I do to make him mean or make him mad at me? Was I too needy? Was I too on him? Was I pressuring him? Was I always complaining about him cheating? You see what I'm saying? Every action is a reaction. You can't have an action without a reaction, and without a reaction, you ain't got an action. They go simultaneously together. Can you control the reaction is what it is. Remember, you got to control the reaction. That's where your emotions lie, in your reactory, how you react to your environment that is around you. And a lot of people ain't stable because they haven't mastered the mind. They haven't mastered meditation, or how to not be attached to what they're thinking. And a lot of women, we are off with the rational, logical thinking, right? The critical thinking, and we react here, because that's the bed, right? That's the cradle. So we react with the emotions because we're out of control. So women have to learn how to master control over the emotions. That's y'all shadow work that y'all really have to do if you're a woman that don't have control over your emotions, because that's what's making you appear to be needy. and clingy. It's not saying that you don't need a man, but you shouldn't need a man to rescue something that you're an adult to do, that you're going to do for yourself anyway, just as they don't need a woman to do that if they're supposed to be out there doing it anyway, if you're mature and if you're so-called grown, right? There's things that we do as grown adults. We may look grown, but we can be a child inside and be irresponsible inside, right? So, and vice versa for men and women. So you got to know how to assess that when you're out there dating. Is this person responsible? Is this man responsible? Is this woman responsible? Are they too needy and clingy, and why? What are they running from? What are y'all running from? Placeholder, so you just there temporarily until you get discarded. If you don't know how to judge, right? Is this person wasting my time or not? So everybody could want a man or a woman or a companionship or a partnership, a loving partnership, but to be needy for one is because you don't have nothing to fill in that space, and you feel that that person is going to fill that void and somehow keep you from having to sit in that void and deal with that space right there, where whatever is in that space, because everybody's different, right? Everybody's childhood, everybody's been brought up different, everybody's seen different, everybody perceives different. No one eye is the same. No one eye is going to perceive the same thing, okay? So that's greetings, y'all. Greetings, Kanisha. And so y'all gotta keep that in context when y'all out there dating, or whenever y'all start dating, or if y'all dating now, and be open and be honest. And if a person is not open and honest, then yeah, cut that shit off right there, because if they're not open and honest from the beginning, they're not gonna be open and honest from throughout the relationship. And if they gotta trick you and play mind games and play on your emotions, that's not something you wanna do. That's not fun. That's your heart center. And that's one thing you ought to protect, is your heart, your mother. You should not let nobody play with your mother. That's why when people talk about people mother, that's why we used to fight and get mad, right? Because that mother is our heart. That's the closest thing that we have, right, to our mother, is that heart. And for people to talk about your mother, they're talking about your Cancer, your moon, your feelings, your emotions, right? They're treading on your emotions. They're manipulating your emotions and stuff. So with all this game plan and stuff, this shit gonna backfire on people. And I'm telling you, and it's gonna be bad. It's hot. Oh, damn, my hair got cut off. I got that. Oh. And so it's gonna be bad. Oh Lord, maybe it's this coffee. I'm gonna give me some more though. Okay, hold on, y'all. Y'all know I gotta get my coffee in until they bring my Starbucks. And so don't let people play on your emotions. And when you got somebody playing on your emotions, drop it. Because that's nothing, that's a tender spot, and you don't want people, manipulating your heartstring. But that seems to be the dating game a lot, with the ghosting, the love bombing, move Delta. Get from up under my table. Ain't nothing up under here. And love bombing, the ghosting, and the gaslighting. Everybody ain't playing with your emotions. And if people disappear, then y'all gotta learn the art of allowing and the art of detachment. People have stuff to do, and if they playing, then let them run on and play with somebody else. Be glad they done left you. That's what I keep trying to get people to say. If they leave you, be glad. Rejection is protection. Be glad they left. Be glad they left. Why are you chasing after somebody that left? So y'all got to stop running after them, because that's what puts y'all in a needy position to get used, because y'all run after them when they're gone. No, it's not saying drop them and ghost them or nothing like that, but it's just saying if they go and they busy, just like y'all gonna be busy. If you're doing something and you got something going for yourself, you will be busy. That's not a game. You will be busy. I'm busy, but we always say people make time for people they want to make time for. That's true. If you're busy or not, you will make time for somebody that you care about, right? You will make that time. You will put, even if it's a minute, even if it's a call, even if it's a minute text, if it's something, they will check up on you. They will see how you're doing. They will ask how you're doing, right? Because they are caring about more than just, love bombing or gaslighting, or they really, they ask about how your family doing. They do things like that. You get to know each other. You have those intimate conversations because you're getting to know each other. But if it's always the topic of sex, then no, that's all that person wants. Now you decide if you want to go there or not. If that's what you're needing at the time to get a couple of rocks off, that's fine and dandy because y'all grown. Y'all can do what you want to do for whatever you want to do it for, you know. But you're going to get yourself more hooked up with people doing that if you're trying to do the casual dating or friends with benefits or exclusive, you know, you being exclusive but they not being exclusive. You just a side chick in rotation or just one of the fillers, one of the placeholders, you know, and giving them free benefits. So, and they're not going to choose a filler. They're not going to choose somebody that's needy. You're just going to be on that placeholder until they find somebody, and then you're out the way. But then when they call, you want to answer the phone, or you're going to just pick up and come because they know you're needy. So find y'all something to do, a home-based business, a MLM, something that you start you something, a t-shirt business, a clothing line business, a hack business, or whatever business, credit repair, whatever the heck you want to do, so that y'all are not needing somebody to take care of y'all in that way. And it'll take up that space and time, and then between that time, betwixt that time, read books on self-development, Google self-development, and see what comes up. If y'all don't know what self-development is and self-empowerment is and self-care and self-love is, I would suggest y'all Google. I know we hate to say, we talk about Google University all the time, and how TikTok is an asylum. I tell you, it's the crazy house because it's a bunch of sick folks over there for real. But, and on YouTube too. But Google search engine, go through a couple of them and read what defines self-care, defines self-love, defines self-empowerment, defines self-development, and see those categories and see if you're doing anything in those categories. You got to know what these words, these terms mean, and just not get. Women are fooling themselves staying on the self-love, self-journey, self-care. That's bullshit. You was doing that anyway. You were doing that before you got on the spiritual journey. You was getting your hair done. You was getting your nails done. You were going to the spa. You was getting a back massage every once in a while. Da, da, da. You was going to the doctor. Da, 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 da. That's all that shit is. Self-development and self-care was what you probably wasn't doing because you were stuck in this, oh, that this is what it is. No, look up the definition of those 4 words and see what comes under those 4 words, and see what you were already doing and what more you can do that's listed, and do different links, read different things, get different books, Google a book, get a book on self-development, get a book on self-empowerment, listen to motivations, right? Things that inspire you, hang around people that inspire you, hang around people that resemble your future. They always say, hang around, your company should resemble your future, not your past. That's why wealthy people don't go back, because if they got wealthy and became a millionaire again, they don't go back to where they came from. They go and associate with more millionaires or people on the level that they're on. And that's why they say that in dating, you date the level that you're on, or you date better. But that's not always the case either. So you got to be careful with that, because a person is under here making this amount of money does not make that's a bad person. That person there could give you the world more than a person up here could give you nothing. So y'all got to take this, if y'all out there listening to all that dating shit, be very careful, because these dating motherfuckers is going to keep y'all single. Y'all going to fuck around and you're going to mess up and miss a good woman, or you're going to miss a good man, because y'all fucking listen to these lonely motherfuckers that, because they can get up there and run their goddamn mouth, y'all know what they talking about, and y'all take that shit and run with it, and you don't assess the person that you're dealing with. That's what I want to challenge y'all to do. No matter what you hear out there, they don't know the person you're dealing with. Y'all get that, right? Let me get my 2 little unks. All right. It's the woman and it's the man. And I'm the one on social media. Delta move, girl. I'm the one on social media, right? So I'm telling you, oh no, if he don't call you, he ain't this, he ain't that, or she ain't this and she ain't that. But I'm the what? I'm the outside of the relationship. You two know what you two are doing. I don't. So that's what I mean by I said, weigh the information y'all are listening to, because it's coming from my experience, not y'all two experience. It's coming from the experience of me dating with people I've been dating, not what y'all are going through. I'm not in the middle of y'all relationship like this, looking at y'all 24/7. Okay, I'm not there. That's what I mean by that. Stop taking these people's advice because they're going to leave y'all like this. And you ain't going to have no person. You ain't going to have no person. You see what I'm saying? Because people take that advice that's weak and they run with it thinking they're doing the right thing. And manipulation is never the right thing, y'all. If you got to get a person from manipulation, it is something very sickening wrong with you. Really sickening. Because if you can't pull a person on your own, you don't need a person. If you got to manipulate a person, you don't need a person. That means you need some work to do. And you trying to cover in that illusion, you're trying to cover up by manipulating that something ain't wrong with your ass. That's what that is. And that's what you got a lot of people doing. They're covering up by using manipulation. And then when these men and women get in these relationships and see what the fuck they done got their ass into and who they dealing with, because these are some real actors. They are some real fucking actors. They can act. Some people can act through a whole 16-year marriage to get what they want and to get kept. Just to get a man to provide for their lazy fucking ass, they will put on a whole fucking 16, 20-year, 30-year marriage to get what the fuck they want. And still be fucking over a motherfucker. And that dummy will not ever know it. Because all they'll know is I got this man or I got this woman and they do what I say, they do what I want, and but karma is real. Karma is real. Karma is real. So y'all judge y'all relationship and who y'all talk to, and y'all make that deciding factor up yourself. Don't let all the talk persuade you. Your spirit guides will tell you everything. Your intuition will even tell you everything. It will tell you if a person is playing with you. It will tell you if a person is manipulating. You don't even need another person to tell you that. You really don't. If y'all sit down and learn yourself and got back in alignment with your creator will tell you, because it's not even about bashing. It's not even about the battle of the sexes. And it's not all men and it's not all women. And though we all have empath and narcissists in us, it's not saying that all men are narcissists. Those are just the all men that those women got in contact with. It's not saying all women are narcissists. That's just all the women that that man was in contact with, because they both needed work to do. So they kept attracting narcissists because they were on the narcissist level. And they hadn't raised their standards or their bar or their value within themselves, and the narcissist was helping them to realize who they truly were so they could set standards and they could raise the value of themselves and know that they deserve better than to be like a placeholder or like a doormat. So it's not about, you know, and that's why I kind of hate this era, this age, this mascara age. And it's because a lot of people are being deceived with this mascara age. It's all about deception. We thought that the flood of information it works to some people benefit that know how to work it, but to others it's detrimental. And we thought that the flood was going to be something of, a lot of knowledge. We're going to finally uncover the mysteries and the occult knowledge and da-da-da-da. And then we see that, damn, it's something else. This was a whole nother agenda aside from that. It brought out the people, the lizards, the vampires, the energy vampires. It brought out all of those people that's fake just as well as the knowledge. So it brought out the truth and the lie. And that's what mess a lot of people up, because y'all can't decipher, or you're growing or you're starting to come into that journey and you can't. Now it's like, oh snap, what's the truth here now? See, you can't even, you're like, wait a minute, this one sound good, this one, no, you can't go by what it sound like. You got to go by what it feels like up in here. Does that relate to you? Does it resonate with you? And the rest, throw the shit out. Just throw it out. Just let it come in one ear, out the other. Don't claim it. Don't cling to it. Don't believe it. You know, it's not mine. That's their illusion. That's not mine. That's not the way I perceive it. That's the way their perception. That's how that's their relationship experience. That's not my relationship experience. Everybody going to get something from everybody. Everybody is going to get used. But abuse is one thing. Being used for the right purpose is different than you being used for the sake of being thrown away or the sake of somebody wasting y'all time. Y'all got to decide what's wasting y'all time. You cannot let the outside world and all these YouTubers decide what's wasting y'all time or not. Y'all, sometimes we're there emotionally for people. Sometimes we're there for knowledge, intellectual. Sometimes we're there for physical. And sometimes we're there for spiritual, right? And sometimes we're there for mental. Sometimes we're there for psychological, right? Sometimes we're there for social. So you got to decide and put that person in that category. What area of life is that person meeting, or you're meeting for that person at that time? It's not always physical, which is sexual, right? It's not always physical. Everybody that you date, you don't sleep with. And if you've been sleeping with everybody you date, you got a lot of karmic energy, soul ties and energy to clean yourself out of, because of whoever they've been sleeping with, you've been sleeping with them too. So if you've been out there, you know, cootie cat prostituting and and tallywhacker prostituting, sleeping with all these women, and we already discussed how that happens. We absorb, right? Whatever they project into us, ejaculate into us, comes everybody else that they slept with into us, right? And then when they leave, they take a piece of us and go give it to somebody else. And then that part of us went into that other person. And so this is like a domino effect. This is like a repeating cycle that doesn't never stop, right? So darkness absorbs the light. And this is darkness. Our wound is dark. And this is the phallic. So what? When it go in, it absorbs the light. And then when this one come out, this one take a piece of the dark with them. So that's why the women are complete and the men are incomplete. Women are complete beings because we have a womb. Men are incomplete because they don't have a womb. So to complete themselves, they sleep around with different women, and a piece of every woman is completing that man. So manhood is through womanhood. Y'all get it? The symbolism. Manhood is through womanhood. So they go and fill their oats with all these different women, you know, sleeping with different partners, and that's why they don't have to love any of the ones they sleep with. But if we sleep with them, because we represent mother, we get attached to that one person, thinking that one person loves us because we were intimate. Not the case. So it's best for you not to sleep with everybody you date because of that, because you cannot separate your emotions from it. That's like mother and child. A mother can't separate her love for her child. So y'all got to understand that's universal. That's the way we wired, black and white. That's how it is. And we ain't getting around it. And a lot of women can say, well, I'm just going to sleep with him. I'm not going to get my feelings in it. You're lying. You're going to have some, because he's finna snatch some of that shit from your ass anyway. Because you're going to be feeling that part that he took with you, that he took from you when he go. Whether you try to tune it out, wash it out, water it down, put it in the back of your mind and act like you forget. And act like you forget. So that's the way it is. That's why we're not meant to sleep. That's why women are not meant to sleep with 4 and 5 people a day and 4 and 5 people a week. So you done let 4 and 5 men, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, take a piece of you back that way to go give to somebody else. And then he left you, all them 5 people say they could have slept with 20 people within 3 months. Now, them 5 people, 20 is what, 100? What is that, 100? 5 times 2, yeah, that's 100, right? So now you got 100 you done slept with, not just 5. Y'all see the difference? That's why they say body count matters. That's why they say that. And if you're sleeping with them week after week after week and month after month after month, some people say it takes 3 months for you to detach from that energy of the last person that you slept with. Now, I would beg to differ. I feel like it would be longer than that. But some people say 3 months. That's 90 days, right? That it take, which would probably be why Steve Harvey got that 90-day waiting thing in that book of his. So that you can clear out the energy from who that person slept with and who you slept with. So there's no transference of whatever those crazy motherfuckers is, even if it was a one-night stand, you're not putting that into that new relationship. See, it's a science to all of this. That's why if a person loves you, they'll wait before they sleep with you. That's why, and they will date and court you appropriately before they sleep with you, because it gives y'all time enough to clear out that fucking energy when you're the one for each other. It'll give y'all time and space to clear out all that, whoever been hoeing around, slicking and dicking and tricking and prostituting. I don't care. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the term. Those are my terms. I'm just telling you. But y'all know what I'm talking about, because I ain't trying to call nobody a hoe and a prostitute and all that stuff. But so I just, you know what I'm saying, just take it and run with it. If it fits you, it fits you. But that's why they say the dating and the courting stage is very important, because it allows y'all to get to know each other without that other energy, and allow that energy to dissipate. So when y'all come together, that other outside energy of who y'all slept with is not there too. And so it becomes a genuine connection. But also, if y'all are sleeping around and y'all not dealing with y'all issues, your problems, you're going to bring that into the relationship anyway. So it's going to eventually show up over time, because you didn't have, that's from people that run from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship and never work on themselves, where eventually all those problems with all those failed relationships is going to enter into that so-called serious one that they may find that is the one. So when they start to get into that relationship, then the stuff they haven't dealt with these 5 people they done slept with is going to start penetrating in that relationship. See, it's a science to it. Women are not meant to sleep around and be hoes and be hoish like that. We really not. Men, that's just their nature, to be on the outside, to find the one that completes them, so they don't have to do the sleeping around, and you know, they can love one woman 100 ways instead of taking 100 women to love them and complete themselves with. And they're going to keep going from woman to woman to woman till they find the right fit, till they find the right compatibility, till they find the right connection that they want. We can't stop that. They're going to do it anyway, if you're married or you're not. Women, if y'all going to be hoes, you're going to be a hoe whether you married or not. Some of y'all just undercover hoes. That's it. You just hide behind the marriage, just like men hide behind the marriage when they're on the down low. Women hide behind the marriage when they are undercover hoe and don't want to be considered a hoe. I'm just saying what it is. Take it how it resonates. Just because a person is married don't mean they're not a hoe. Just because a man is married don't mean he's not on the down low. So, okay. That's what I'm saying. So y'all better take time to get to know people and judge for yourself and know what you manifesting, what you are seeking in life. And really, you just want, marriage is a business. So you want somebody that y'all can build an empire together. Y'all can support each other. You can have that covering as a woman, and that man can have that support of his woman and the covering of his woman, because women are the closest to God. Whether people and men believe that or not, all women are the closest to God, because that's that intuition, right? The imagination, the Ima. So, and that's why I told y'all get that book, As a Woman Thinker. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere over here. So y'all can understand to stop fantasizing and creating these illusions in your head, because then you're not seeing things like in a realistic, logical, rational way. We're thinking of these fairy tales and these illusions. And yeah, everybody can dream up whatever they want to dream up for their world and their reality, but it's altered. With some people, it's an altered perception. alter reality with this distorted feminine and distorted masculine, and then you have the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So you got a lot of people in this illusion bubble, like I said, that's distorted. They think they're looking good. They think they're healthy because they can put on makeup and they can put on a wig and they can look healthy. But what does that inside say? They got to go and lay down with that every night. They got it when they're alone. They got to love themselves alone. If you can't love yourselves alone, you're going to become that space filler. You're going to become that placeholder for somebody. You got to be able to get alone and love yourself as you are by yourself without needing some company, right? Some companionship, like needy, right? I'm saying don't have it at all because we belong together, right? You can't separate the feminine without the masculine in this component right here. In the God, this is God, the oneness, the wholeness, the nothingness. There's always going to be a divine feminine. There's always going to be a divine masculine. It ain't going to be no other way, okay? But this represents the feminine as a whole because she's complete, right? The womb, the space, right? So the creator, right, of the matrix, okay? But that's balancing all of us because we all got it. So you got to balance out what part is your weakness and your strength. You got to balance out what part, if you're feminine, you got to balance out the masculine side. If you're masculine, you got to balance out the feminine side. And you got to work together in unison, right? Together in balance and peace, love, and harmony, not separation. It's never separation is the answer to any of our culture, identity, or any of our future. Is not separation. It's not. That's a work of those ops. That's another trick that they're doing, and a lot of people are running with it because a lot of people that think they're spiritual is not spiritual at all. They just using the word, and it's never about separation of the feminine and masculine energy. You can't even separate it in your own mind. So how the hell are you gonna separate it in the physical? And the mind represents the spiritual. So how is that gonna happen? I'm just saying. It's a lot of stuff is common sense, but people ain't got it. That ain't common. Common sense ain't even common today. A lot of people don't have common sense even with spirituality. They thinking it's this. No, it's not, because it's distortion there. Because they've been taught wrong, or they're not really in touch with what they think they're in touch with. Right? So you cannot have one without the other, because that will destroy all nations. So they're trying to destroy our nations by separating the women from the men and having the women in competition with the men and having the women in competition with themselves. It's just going to destroy the nations in itself, because ain't nobody going to want to work together. I ain't saying everybody, but I'm just saying the way it looks in as a, generalization, as me looking at the way the stuff going on social media. And of course that's not the whole world, so don't get that twisted. That's an illusion. The 3Ds, the smartphones and all that stuff is another form of a matrix, is another form of an illusion that they're creating, because the old world is passing away, and so the new world is online. So everybody was offline, now everybody online. Now everybody's digital. Now you got to go within. You got to go within yourself and get in touch with your creator, because this is still the illusion at the end of the day, right? Even though I'm sitting here in my home, am I here or am I not here? You see what I'm saying? Am I illusion, or am I living an illusion, or am I living a dream, or am I making this up, or or am I being real, or am I being authentic? And we know that because a lot of us have the seed of the soul. We have a soul. So we know who's authentic, and we know who's being real with us at any time, and we know who's not being real with us at any time. And we know who's passionate about what they do at any time. And we know that we can hear anger and hostility in their voice at any time, because we have a barometer. We have a moral compass. We have ethics. We got integrity. And that's something you can't fake. That's something you can't like play along like Barney or something. You can't do that. It's not there for some people. The connection is not there, and it's not there because everybody here don't have a soul. Everybody here wasn't given a soul. And it's up to you to be in touch with your creator, so you can be able to distinguish who those people are and who you need to follow or who you need to listen to. Really don't follow nobody, but really is who you can learn from or who you can listen from. And we can still learn from those that don't got a soul. We can still learn from the enemies, right? And the enemies are just your inner me, your inner dark shadow self, the parts of you that need work, right? Your inner me's. I always call them the inner little me's, right? That's all your enemies are. They're hidden, right? Because they're inside. So you think it's on the outside, but no, whatever's in the inside reflects out, and we say that's an enemy. No, that's an inner me. So I got to learn how to work with that inner me to bring balance, peace, love, and harmony to that outside so I can have it in the inside. But I got to get in the inside first so it can reflect on the outside, right? And we say a speaker of truth has no friends, right? Because a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. They want to live in their illusion. They want to stay in their illusion. They don't want their illusion destroyed, right? So they'll hate truth speakers. They'll hate people that's authentic. They'll hate people that's genuine. They'll hate people, they don't care what people say or what they feel about them, that they don't need validation. And like I was saying with the space filler, the person that is within themselves, confident about themselves, they don't care if a person disappear or not because they got something to do. They're confident. They're busy. They don't care if a person come and go because there's no detachment there. So one thing y'all got to learn is the law of detachment, right? We cannot be attached to no one and no thing in this lifetime because that's where the stunning of the growth will happen for a lot of us is because y'all clinging to something you need to let go. And it's going to continue to run, but then you let it go, you feel the pain, you grow. If the person meant for you, they come. If they not, they go. If a person is not your friend, they go. That's okay. It ain't nothing to reflect y'all. It's they were just there for that season to teach y'all what y'all needed to know for that season. So when a person go, you got to sit down and sit with yourself and say, what did I learn about this? What did this person show up? Why did I call this person to me? Remember, women attract. If your heart is open, you're going to attract. But if your heart is closed, you're going to repel. You're going to push away, right? So a lot of y'all are pushing men away because you're not healed here. So you're reflecting the man, you're pushing the man away instead of attracting love and a healthy love. So even if you attract love, if you're not healed here, you're going to attract what? The narcissist. You're going to attract the trauma. You're going to attract where you at, where you vibrating at. Not who you are. You're going to attract what vibration. God is a vibration. And God shows everybody a lesson. So you're going to attract where you are vibrationally. So if you're not healed, you're going to attract what? Another person that's not healed. Or you may attract somebody that can help you heal. And you may call them the narcissist because they bringing up all kind of fucking pain and trauma from your childhood and triggers that you might see this person as a narcissist. But are they the narcissist or are they come to help you heal? That which you don't see and that which you are in a delusion of. See, it's more to all this narcissist talk than y'all really, a lot of people really even see because they just off the radar with the shit. They ain't even in this, they just locked in the 3D back there, A lot of people, it's just about getting paid, getting money, getting what they can get out of somebody, getting somebody to keep them and care for them and pay their bills, and they don't have to work a day in their life. Well, that's a waste if you don't have nothing to do in the meantime. You ain't giving nothing to society. You're not giving nothing to humanity. You're not doing nothing proactive or productive. So why are you here? Taking up space? Another soul could come in. You know what I'm saying? Another person can come in and make a difference in this world, right? And then I say, if you're not doing anything to grow and evolve and innovate, you're going to get recycled anyway. You're going to get, Mother Earth going to recycle you anyway, or you're going to lose your gifts anyway, because you're not doing nothing to evolve humanity or help somebody else. When other people see us shining in our gifts, yeah, a lot of people going to be mad. But that's not what we come to worry about. When a lot of people see y'all shining in y'all gifts and in y'all success, that encourages somebody else to say, shit, I want to see what I'm made of. I want to see, how good my life can get. And we encourage other people to do the same. That's like motivation or inspiration, right? They're like, damn, I want to do that. What is in me? What did my creator put in me? Because the creator, remember, put everybody in. Everybody got a clean slate. Everybody got the 7 chakras. That's the evenness that everybody got. That's the no discriminatory factor right there. Everybody created equal right there. Everybody got 1 through 7. Now, everybody don't get past the 7. But everybody got 1 through 7. Okay? Everybody got 1 through 7. But everybody may not can get past 1 through 7 to the cosmos. Right? So we always say that Europeans or the Caucasians, you know, they can see 6th, 7th dimension. They were 6,000, 7,000 years old, which is the 6th and 7th chakra, right? But us, with this blackness and this darkness, we can go higher into the galaxy and pull down and retrieve a lot of information that some of them can't if they don't have the melanin. Now, the melanin just means, I don't know why am I going on this topic, but hey, black and brown eyes and hair. Not so much, you can have the brown skin too, yeah, but I'm talking about in Caucasian European, because some Caucasian Europeans are hella goddamn spiritual because they have black hair and brown eyes. Because that's the melanin factor, that's the carbon factor, right? So they can pull that knowledge down. So not all Caucasian or European people are just Caucasian European people. All right? I was talking about my cousin that I met, and I was telling my mom, I showed my mama that picture of y'all was on pop-up that day, and she was telling me that one of oh Lord, let me get them. One of them was white. I said, huh? I said, oh yeah, that's the slavery. Like one of my grandmama's grandfather or something was white. We all mixed breeds. You know, we all got the Caucasian in us somewhere, you know, because of the slavery stuff and them, you know, sleeping with the slaves and all that stuff, raping and all that stuff. So, but the dominant gene, the Eve gene just comes out. So a lot of us is not really 100, well, shit, a lot of us in America ain't 100%. Really, no way. We all mixed breed. You might well just call us mutt puppies, you know, because we probably got white down the line anyway. If we've been in America that long, that ain't been but what, 20, 30, 40 years ago, you know, with slavery. So that's why we all look the way we look. And, but you can tell my dominant essence, you can tell my soul because of my hair. It doesn't hang down my back. It doesn't hang down. So you know I'm black because that's black folk shit right there. You know, it go up to the sun. It defies gravity, right? It don't hang down. This is its natural state. So you know I'm a natural woman. Even though down the line, it was a grandpa down there somewhere or a grandma down there somewhere that was white or Caucasian. But really what that means is, well, I'm not going to get into that. That might offend some people, but I'm going to leave that alone. But y'all get it, I'm black. Because my hair wouldn't be standing up like this. But the longer your hair get, it will droop though. It will kind of hang and the coils will stretch, and the older we get because of the genes and the elasticity and the collagen in our hair, it will start to, the curls will get looser and looser and looser, because that's what happened to a lot of my aunties. The longer their hair got, it drooped like the indigenous Indian hair. Because as long as it's short or in a certain length, it will defy gravity and go up. But you can brush your hair so many strokes and straighten your hair out. We got versatility, that's all. We just got a versatile, we can do a lot of stuff with our hair. We multidimensional, so of course we could. And we can straighten it, we can curl it, we can do whatever, we can roller set it, it can be straight, whatever. It's what it is. But it's different textures, like the indigenous part is back here, my hair. That's the indigenous silky part right there. That nape of my neck is we call it the engine. We make fun and say, that's that engine hair back there. That's that indigenous hair back there. That's the silky, soft engine hair. This is the nigga hair up here. You know, we got about 3 or 4 different textures in our hair if y'all haven't noticed. If y'all ever natural and go return to your natural hair, you're going to see you're going to have about 3 or 4 different textures. I got this is different, and this is up here is different. And you can feel all the different you know, curls and the texture of your hair. So, but not to get on that subject. What was I at? So not all black people are black. Not all white people are white. And I say that just so y'all can understand. It's the soul level. It's the soul level. It's, do you have a soul? Do you, because all people black ain't got a soul either. So don't get it twisted because you may have brown skin, you got a soul. No, everybody don't got a soul that's black, and everybody as white ain't got a soul either. And some white people got a soul and some white people don't. Some black people got a soul and some don't. It's who, as you grow in spirituality, you will see. You'll see, and you'll be able to make that connection. I can't make y'all understand that, and I'm not going to try, because you got to understand that for yourself, by yourself. And as you grow and don't play with your spiritual journey, you're going to see a lot of things that were in conflict with what we were taught. That was a contradiction. A walking contradiction at that. You know, a lot of people are a walking contradiction. A lot of people are. So with the dating thing, get busy. Don't chase after nobody that don't choose you. To protect yourself, because rejection is protection. And everybody gonna do what everybody wanna do at the end of the day. And if people really mean that much to you, they will be in your life. If they don't, then just know that you gotta detach. That time is up, and boom, they going on to their next lesson, and boom, you go on to your next lesson. So consider it like a graduation. Consider it like a graduation. But the needy people would consider it and chase and be these chasers, and they're gonna run and run and run, and they're gonna chase and chase and chase till they get tired of chasing, and they go on their way. But then after they go on their way, they gotta sit and reflect, well, what did I learn? Where did this person go? But a lot of people will hold that against themselves as it's something wrong with themselves. It's not really nothing wrong with yourself. You gotta look at it as, what did I learn? What did I learn? What was my behavior like? What this person brought out the worst in me? No, they triggered you. For you can work on yourself. What I need to work on myself? Oh, I need to stand up for myself, have boundaries, and I don't need to run after nobody. Because what's meant for me will be for me. What's meant for me will find me. What's meant for me, I will attract to me. So you don't have to run. And some people ain't never going to be married. Some people they're gonna divorce and never get married again. Some people gonna get married 3 or 4, 5 more times, you know, and stuff like that, because they just gotta have somebody. And people gonna still run from relationship to relationship to relationship to stop, you know, working on themselves. It ain't our problem what people do. But I'm saying some people ain't never going to find somebody. Some people are going to just get married only once, and they may have companionships or however they feel like it, or whatever they decide to do with their life. But that doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with them. That could be just their choice to not ever get married again. And that's totally that's their choice. That doesn't even mean that it's something wrong with somebody. If I choose not to get married with nobody, that don't mean there's something wrong with me. It chooses that I don't want to get married again. And that would be my choice. That doesn't mean that because I'm beautiful that it's something wrong with me. No, it just means that I choose not to, or I may choose to, right? So it doesn't mean either or. We keep trying to assess other people. Oh, why you ain't married? You cute. Why you ain't got nobody? Well, it must be something wrong. No, it ain't nothing wrong with me. It just, I ain't gonna take no shit. That would be the only thing that's wrong with me, is I'm not gonna take no bullshit, because I know my worth and my value. And that's what that means. See, everybody think because you single, it's something wrong with you. No, you're single because you learned. That could be it too. You learned. No. And you ain't got, you just not seeing anybody that fit the mold or fit whatever it is you're looking for, or that can teach you, or you can learn from, or you can grow from. See, I look for people, I'm different, because I look for people that I can grow from and learn from. If I can't grow and learn from you, why are you here? What are you doing? I gotta learn, I gotta grow. This mind gotta be fed. I'm not about that. Look, that's lust down there. That don't appease me. So what can I learn from you? What can you teach me? What can you show me? I'm supposed to be learning from a man. See, women are supposed to be learning from a man. If a man can't bring you something, what is he there for? They're supposed to be able to direct you. They're supposed to be able to teach you. They're supposed to be able to help you grow. They're supposed to be able to help you evolve. Y'all are dating men that can't even feed y'all mentally. So that's what I'm talking about. It's a mental thing. And not all women is something wrong with them. It's because there is not a man that can feed that type of mind they got. And they not about to dumb their ass down. Now, some women believe in playing dumb. Oh, they dumb their ass down just to keep a man or have a man around or get a man to do for them. And that's fine. Some men may do the same. Depending on if they're the alphas, the betas, or whatever you want to call that terminology or that titlement. And so it just depends. But you can't grow being dumb. It's not about outsmarting nobody. It's about building sharpen minds. And you may have information that I need or don't have, and I may have information to enlighten you. And that's what the relationship should be about. It shouldn't be about competition with a man or woman. It shouldn't matter that I know something you may not know or that you know something that I may not know. Shit, I'd be happy. I'd be like, shit, I'm about to get my knowledge on. God damn it, teach me. Okay, what the music say? Teach me how to love. Show me, teach me how to love. See, because a man has to be taught how to love a woman, but a woman has to be open to a man teaching her as well. But that's not the relationship that we see today, that we get today. Everybody is in competition. Everybody think they know more than the other. And what y'all got to understand is it's always going to be somebody that know more than you or that gained something from somebody else and they share with you, but you're not supposed to be mad because they share with you something that you didn't know, or because you're in this closed belief mindset that you hostile or you mad because you found something that they knew that you didn't. So fucking what? The world is big and great with knowledge and information. So what? I learn a lot of stuff from everybody. I don't worry about what I learned and who knows something. I'll be like, what? Oh yeah, I can see that. Hell yeah, that's all right, spirit. You know, shit, yeah. Okay, let me go look this up. How's the human supposed to grow? These smart gadgets have made us so dumb. The smart gadgets have made humans so dumb that y'all don't want to look up nothing. That nobody wants to look up anything. It just made people paralyzed, a lot of people. Not everybody, because some people can use the smartphones to benefit them, the smart gadgets to benefit them. But some people it just made a lot of people stupid, you know, smart but stupid, you know, not really thinking, not really using the technology for what the technology can be used for. Is crippling a lot of people, is what I'm saying. The attention span is gone. Everybody want quick. Nobody want to read. Nobody want books, you know, nothing like that. And everybody mad because somebody can put together this and they hadn't put together and they wanted to be the first to put it together. Everybody has to complete their own puzzle, is what y'all got to understand. We all are our own puzzle piece. And we all got to complete our own puzzle, and we all got to complete and connect our own dots. You're not my dots and I'm not your dots. You know, it ain't for me to complete your puzzle and it ain't for you to complete my puzzle. It is for me to complete my puzzle in this lifetime. And that's what y'all gotta realize. Stop trying to complete other people's puzzle and tell other people what to do with their puzzle piece. Goddamn, like it's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. But you find somebody that you two puzzle pieces fit. Like that. And that's all you got to do is find somebody's puzzle piece. It says before, exactly, Dora. I was talking about that the other day. What the hell? I was talking about that the other day, Dora. Hey, y'all. And I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta put her up, please.
Delta! Get your ass over here. Go.
I gotta go. But anyway, we was talking about that the other day, and as a matter of fact, I was in Walmart when I went to Balt this to do the new Zodiac thing, and I looked up there and that thing said contact numbers. Hey, sugar. Oh, that's my big boy. Where you been? Ain't seen you. And so I saw that contact number. I said, said, yeah, I've been meaning to get that and write numbers in it. I said, because we don't even recognize numbers no more. It's sad. I was just saying that the other day when I was in the grocery store with one of my sons, and we had that conversation. Everything's on speed dial, and we don't even know numbers. We don't even know numbers. Even when we go to look up, file, do applications and apply for jobs. Even I used to have to go in the contact number, look at the name, and go make the number show up, right? Just because I was like, oh, what's that number? Some people I did know, but some people I don't. You know numbers? She gonna teach me how to do Sudoku. See, that's self-development, self-empowerment.
My brain doesn't work on anything else. And I
What
don't
numbers?
remember some song lyrics and some phone numbers.
Song lyrics and some phone numbers. She good at that too. Song lyrics and phone numbers. But again, so stretch the brain, stretch the imagination. Y'all won't break, be excited about knowledge, about learning, because that's innovation and evolution, and plus it'll trigger good ideas on y'all. So don't be, if you find you dealing with somebody that's in competition for you, that's not the person for you. I will say that, because a narcissist, and again, that term that I don't like to use, it'll be somebody that's in competition with you, that's not for you, that don't want to see you blossom, that don't want to see you grow and bloom, and then you're not feeding. You could be the narcissist woman and you're not feeding that man, and you're in competition with that man, and all this hoopla that you see across the web and all these damn podcast people. It's just like every time I'm doing them now, I'm like, don't recommend, don't recommend because it's worse than tarot crack. Okay, it's worse than tarot crack. So you gotta sometimes don't recommend some shit. Don't see some shit and watch how your world go. It's like TV. You gotta definitely look at what you're looking at, and what you don't want to see no more. Don't recommend, y'all, because don't put that mess in your mind. Don't put it in your mind. Don't recommend. Because because of the flood of information, you're gonna find yourself everywhere. It's okay to learn, but when it becomes too much, don't recommend. It can come back another time, but not right now. You see what I'm saying? Be very strategic and very diligent when it comes to what y'all taking in, because there's so much out there, and everybody, even me, I do from what I perceived or what I've experienced, just like y'all would do. You will do it from what you perceived and what you experienced in your life. That is everybody, because we cannot really detach from what we've experienced, because what we've experienced has grown us to what we become today. So we don't blame ourselves from those experiences. We grow from them, but we cannot detach that it ever happened, that it wasn't a part of our past. That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm gonna go because that was long enough.
What's that Microsoft Office card that you
Microsoft?
So I put it on this. What's the search tomorrow? Yesterday.
What the hell?
Smell it.
What is that, curry chicken? What's that, curry chicken?
Penang, Thai Penang curry.
Thai Penang?
I actually made a fusion between Indian and Thai curry, so it's kind of
Indian and Thai curry?
this is kind of
This is,
she might let you have a bite.
Nah.
okay, bye. All right, I gotta go. She gotta look for something. Bye, y'all. Peace. See y'all later. I was just giving y'all a talk. It was supposed to be like 30 minutes, but Spirit. You didn't get the notification today? What? Don't say. They tripping, huh? They tripping. They's tripping. Well, you never know when I'm gonna pop up and do these. Sometime I was gonna do it like a closed video, and I decided, I think the plug somewhere. Is it down there on the floor? Big white bulky thing? Oh, right there. And, that might be out then. I didn't know it wasn't plugged in. So, again, y'all, thank y'all, appreciate y'all. It said, yeah, we better start practicing them numbers. We better start practicing those numbers. Greetings, everybody. Thank you, moderators. Thank y'all. Hope y'all learned something. You needed this message, Bonet. YouTube tripping. Yeah, they tripping. They don't want people to learn and grow. And when people are like me spreading knowledge and wisdom and guidance, they don't like that, because that's just more people waking up. That just shows that a lot of, we not on that boo-boo to foo-foo stuff. You know, that all day little ops games and tactics that they got out there that people be on, and then they going for it. They taking the bait. A lot of people are taking the bait. Y'all got to understand, a lot of people taking the bait. Don't change who you are. Do not change who you are, y'all, for nobody. If you're hopeless romantic, or I don't care if you believe in love, don't change who you are. You know, if you're going to change for the better with self-empowerment, self-development, because that's an area that you need to work in to develop whatever the universe have for you to learn as your lesson. But don't change that innate who you are just to fit in. Like, I'm not a game player, so I'm not gonna start to play no game with somebody just to get a man. Then I make my own self happy. I'm happy with myself. I want my alone time and space time. I needs that because I can think, I can concentrate, I can get some stuff done. I ain't got to be under somebody. Yes, I want one. Yes, I'll need one at certain times for certain things, but I'm not finna jump monkey flips, okay? I'm not finna water myself down just to get somebody. Because this mind here can feed that king. See, that's what I'm looking at. The mind and the knowledge that I got can feed a king forever. That's what I'm talking about. So why wouldn't a woman want to feed that king the way that king is feeding that woman? That's some bullshit these motherfuckers on. The black man ain't going to their heights if they ain't got a woman that can challenge them and bring that king out of them and that God potential out of them. So me watering myself down is not going to make him feel like a king. That's an illusion of a king. Of a king. A man that's bright and intelligent, a high vibrating black man want a high vibrating black woman, because they know that's where that support, that equilibrium is going to be at. That side by side, they got somebody on that vibration that they're on. They feed each other. It is. What? It was yours. We set you up one, did we?
I guess y'all did. I ain't never been on it.
Oh, wait, no, this was.
I think we had to.
I like it. Just like my phone. Easy as well.
Oh, okay. And so, what was I saying? So, don't change who y'all are. Change to improve yourself, yeah. But I'm saying, if you are compassionate, you're loving, you're nurturing, you're kind, I'm saying don't change that about yourself. Because somebody out there wants that type of person, whether you're a man or a woman. Don't change who you are for people. You change because you want to change for the better, or whatever you're working on yourself. Yes, change that. I'm not saying don't change at all. I'm saying if you're kind, you're genuine, you're caring, you're compassionate, you're loving, you're nurturing, don't change that because that's who you are. Don't do that. Don't change that because you see the world, the majority of the world, doing that to get a man or to get a woman. I'm saying no, that's who you are. It's always going to be somebody out there that want that or need that from you, and it's always going to be somebody out there that want to play games with people and want that stuff. That's them, not me. You know what I'm saying? That's them. That's them. That ain't got nothing to do with me. All right, y'all. Peace, love, and harmony. I'll see y'all later. Woo-hoo. Okay. Peace, love, everybody. I'll see y'all later for pop-up. This will be in the dating playlist. Okay. Peace, love, and harmony. Thank y'all.